It is the most beautiful product we have ever made.
After months of speculation and rumors, today we say hello to Apple's iPhone 5. Welcome back to 10 News at 5, everyone. I'm Beth Haynes. A slimmer, sleeker, faster smartphone. And that's what Apple promises with its new iPhone 5. At today's event in San Francisco, CEO Tim Cook unveiled the latest iPhone. This is actually the 6th generation of the device, replacing the iPhone 4S. It comes with a host of updates, along with iOS 6, the latest mobile operating system. And for more on the buzz surrounding the iPhone 5, Dan Thompson from Claris Networks joins us. He is our tech expert. So let's begin by your reaction to the iPhone 5. Are you impressed with all the new design and the new changes?
It is a very slick looking device. There's no doubting that. There's a lot of new features that are interesting as well. And we finally have an iPhone 5. You and I talked about this a year ago. People were disappointed because they came out with a 4S. So a lot to be excited about, a whole lot of buzz around this event. So it was a good show.
Let's talk first about the design. Thinner, lighter. Explain to us the differences between the 5 and the 4S.
Absolutely. So one of the biggest conversations that the guys were having on stage today was talking about this manufacturing process, talking about how they measure the tolerances in this phone in microns now, how the device is only made out of aluminum and glass as far as the exterior case is concerned. So they really invested a lot of time in that, and talking about how the chips inside are all smaller. The technology inside is getting smaller. So it yields a phone that's thinner, it's lighter, it's a little taller now because they're giving you a little bit bigger screen than they've ever had on the iPhone before. But they really invested a good amount of airtime just talking about how just pristine this device is. They really want to make you think you're buying a Porsche when you get the iPhone.
Also got an updated camera.
Yes, a new camera, 8 megapixel. What they have kind of harped on over the last several generations is that it's not the megapixel count, it's the lens, and it's the kind of the guts in the camera that really make the images strong. And what's interesting about the iPhone, you and I have had this discussion a couple of times before, is that there's a lot of photographers now using the iPhone as their primary or backup camera, and so that's the focus around, no pun intended, around the extra camera.
Let's talk about the new connector called Lightning that this phone uses, the benefits and the drawbacks and what it is.
Yeah, so Apple for a while has mentioned that the old connector, which was kind of wide, took up a lot of real estate on the bottom of the iPhone, and it didn't necessarily need to. This new Lightning connection is 80% smaller than the older, the old wide connector. Essentially what that allows Apple to do is have all this extra real estate inside that they can now take up with a battery or the LTE processor or whatever. What that means for us, though, is you're going to have to buy all new accessories or get this adapter, which I'm sure is going to be kind of kludgy in some of your products, like the the little radios that you can mount your iPhone in now. It's going to be kind of this blob sitting on top of that. It's going to be kind of a mess, but that's just kind of Apple's deal. It seems like they're all the time moving things around like that, so you'll buy new accessories.
What about the data connectivity, the LTE?
Data connectivity, that was a big story of today, in my opinion, was that the iPhone finally has LTE. When the 4S came out, they did a really good job of trying to convince people that you don't need 4G. Our 3G is as fast as their 4G. Well, it was a different tune today because now they have 4G and they're saying, oh, look how fast it is. It's faster than your home wireless probably is. And so it was fun for me just to, in retrospect, listen to the two conversations and say, well, it's kind of funny how the sales pitch of this whole thing works. But definitely the faster network, they're on par with AT&T, Verizon, and Sprint's 4G network. So this is the first time that they've launched a phone on all 3 networks at the same time.
Also unveiled the iOS 6, which will be available for phones and devices with back to 3G, is that right?
That's right. It goes back to the 3GS.
Okay.
And this will be available September 19th. You and I actually spent a good bit of time talking about iOS 6 a couple months back after the Worldwide Developer Conference. The big sell there, obviously you can do FaceTime over the cellular connection. You don't have to have Wi-Fi anymore.
Okay.
A couple of other features like Facebook integration. Siri knows about sports now, and lots of nice little polishings.
GPS too, I remember.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The GPS, they've gone away from Google Maps now. They've deployed their own Sounds a whole lot like TomTom under the hood. I'm kind
Yeah.
of curious to see if that kind of comes out in the future, is that they partner with them, but exciting stuff.
So when will we see the phones on the shelves?
Great question. So they'll be on the shelf September 21st. You can pre-order them on Friday, and there are rumors that some of our local resellers are also going to be taking pre-orders to kind of catch some of this buzz right now. So have your eyes open for that.
Perfect. Great to see you. Thanks for
All
coming
right,
on.
thank you.
All right, we're coming right back after this break.